Good morning and welcome to Coffee with the Port St. Lucie Mayor. I am Teresa Aronson from the St. Lucie County Chamber of Commerce. It is our pleasure, our honor to facilitate this event whenever we can fit it in during the month. We're going to come up with a consistent schedule next month, but the mayor and myself are not able to figure that out quite yet, but we're getting there. We will keep you posted. But we are happy to be doing our holiday show. We're going to start the show as we always do with our sponsor. Our sponsor is way down there at the end. You all know her at home if you're a viewer or a regular viewer. It is Shrita Walker from Mid-Florida Credit Union. And now, for years, I've been trying to say Mid-Florida Event Center because we always called it the Civic Center. Mm-hmm. So now when I say Mid-Florida Credit Union, I want to say Mid-Florida Event Center. It's like you can't have it all the ways. You know, I got to get something wrong. But welcome, Shrita, to the show. It's always nice to see you.
Thank you. Good to see you as well.
You, as you all often do, brought a guest. And the reason why she brings a guest is because Mid-Florida Credit Union is very involved in our community and sponsor generously, donate time to, efforts, all kinds of things to many local nonprofit organizations. And today we're going to highlight another one that you support. So tell us a little bit about this one.
Yes, well, you know me, Teresa. I don't like to take up too much time because I want the guests to have as much time as possible. So without further ado, from the St. Lucie Cultural Alliance, Eliana Ush.
Very good. You said that right too, didn't she?
Perfect. Okay. Absolutely perfect. Good morning. Good morning.
Welcome to the show, Aliana. Of course, we're involved in the Cultural Alliance too. We're excited that you're going to be going through leadership next year. But explain the St. Lucie Cultural Alliance to people because it has come around from time to time in different forms, and you've taken over and been with it for a while, and we've seen it a lot lately. I get texts daily from the Cultural Alliance. Mm-hmm. But tell our viewers, what is it?
So the Cultural Alliance is here for one purpose, and that is to support our cultural landscape, to help our artists, both visual artists, performing artists, and our arts and cultural organizations, and to make sure that we have a higher quality of life because of the arts. So we are supporting them in a number of various ways. First of all, one of the things that this county could use more of are venues. So we have a gorgeous, phenomenal venue that Mid-Florida Credit Union supports, and that is the Mid-Florida Event Center that you spoke about earlier. But other than that, there are not really many spaces for artists. So we've been working diligently with various businesses to come up with pop-up spaces and other opportunities for our artists to be visible. Our artists needs marketing because we are the biggest hidden secret on the Treasure Coast, and we have ridiculous amount of talent in the county. Mm-hmm. So now our job is to make sure that the entire world knows about it, and there are numerous ways we go about doing that as well. And I'm also excited about very unique and funky new initiatives that we're putting in place that I would love to share with the audience.
Sure.
One is called ACE, and it stands for Arts Conserves the Environment. And our idea is that we have such a phenomenally beautiful place where we live. And we have our kids who are struggling learning occasionally, so how do we combine both together? So how do we teach our kids about the environment through recycling while also using that initiative to help them with their educational performance? And I think that serves our county on so many different ways. So what I'm envisioning, for instance, are things like sculpture gardens, but made entirely recyclable materials. I'm envisioning kids really working with recyclable materials to teach their parents how to preserve our beautiful environment. Mm-hmm. And you know that could really snowball into huge, huge initiative for this county, preserve our county, save our county, and also help our kids.
Very good.
And the other thing that we're doing with Mid-Florida Event Center, again, is our ZEM Festival. It stands for Zen Arts and Music. We did it last year and it was hugely successful, and then now we're doing it with the city as well. We're adding musical components. But that's a festival where we're celebrating wellness, mindfulness, arts, and music, and bringing all of those concepts together as another signature event for the county. And that's happening in place in April.
So how is the Cultural Alliance is a nonprofit, right?
It is.
So how are you guys funded, and how can people help?
Beautifully. So we are supported by the county as well. We are a county organization for the arts, but mostly it's through memberships and sponsorships.
Of course.
Individual support. So everybody can go on our website, which is artstlucie.org, and there are opportunities for us to give. It is end of the year giving. So now is a perfect time for both individuals and businesses to support the arts. And by supporting us, they're really supporting all of the artists in the county. We also are initiating a new grant that we're calling Innovation Grant. So we're asking our artists to come up with really funky ideas, because I think that's really how you grow the landscape, is not by us telling the artists what to do, but the other way around. So
Right.
they will come up with creative ideas, and we will hold them by the hand and make sure that this initiative helps by funding and by marketing and by administrative support and whatever else they need to make that vision come to reality.
So they can donate, certainly,
Absolutely.
at that website. But what are other ways that somebody might be able to help?
Volunteering.
Volunteering.
Absolutely, we
And
always do
what would they be doing as a volunteer?
So anything from helping us with different events, being our ambassadors and getting the word out, introductions. We are still a growing organization, so making sure that the entire world knows about us and making those connections, because it's all about people helping people and connecting
Sure.
together. So as long as you have an interest in the arts, we will find an amazing opportunity for you that is really individual, strict, focused on your specific interests to help you help us, and then by helping us, helping the entire community.
So I know we run the Seven Gables House for the city of Fort Pierce up on Indian River Drive. It's a beautiful location, and it's a visitor center. That's what we run that as. And we actually feature your artists in there, and we sell their art for sale. And it's bracelets. It's so cool that we have that. We haven't seen the visitors that we have in years past for obvious reasons, but I think that we're in a great place right now where we're featuring some great price points and some local artists, and perhaps people can help in that way as well.
Absolutely, different hotels and boutiques and anything like that, because what we are selling is authentic, it's unique to this particular area, and you can't find anything like that. So people walk away with something that's part of this county.
Yeah. These are local artists. These are not, these are bracelets and necklaces, and
They're beautiful.
pieces done right here.
Yep, absolutely, all types.
I had a quick question.
Sure.
Where else is the art exhibited around the county, the city?
So we actually have two new exhibitions that are coming up that I think are going to be absolutely fantastic and different. One is going to be at the courthouse in downtown Fort Pierce.
Oh, very good.
So we're going to have art all on the first floor, and then also we're going to do the same thing at the admin building at the planning and zoning second floor, so businesses can also see it. At 500 Orange Event Center, that's the old post office downtown Fort Pierce, beautiful venue. We have art that's exhibited there as well. In our gallery, of course, we're at 111 Orange Avenue downtown in the old bank building, beautiful gallery. And we're always looking for various partners to really, again, exhibit and showcase the phenomenal artists that we have in this county.
Yeah, I love it. There's some little shops around town that feature local artists too, but I recommend go through the Cultural Alliance, make sure that you're supporting the artists that are supporting one another. So it's much easier to do it that way. A little known fact is that our area, Fort Pierce, actually has more artists in the Florida Hall of Fame than any other area in the state. And that's, largely due to the Highwaymen, I'm sure, but A.E. Backus is in that as well.
And a lot of beautiful artists that are up and coming right now. So
Yeah.
we're going to be making a huge step on our map of cultural activity and explosion.
Very
we have
good.
it here.
Well, thank you. And thank you, Shrita, for bringing Aliana today and talking a little bit about the Cultural Alliance. Before we go, anything going on at Mid-Florida Credit? I know the rates are at rock bottom,
Same thing
Yes.
happening. We're just trying to continue to take care of our members, be there for the members. We're open in our drive-through 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Oh, my goodness.
Yes, so that's very convenient for people. We do have Saturday hours in the branch. We're there till 1 o'clock. And another nice thing that we have is our debit card rewards with our business and personal debit cards. So when you choose credit and sign for your purchase, which depending on the amount, you don't necessarily have to sign, but if it's $10 or more, you earn rewards.
Okay.
And you can accumulate those rewards and cash them in for deposits into your checking account. So we pay you to bank with us.
Very nice. All right. Well, and one more time, the website for the St. Lucie Cultural Alliance?
artstlucie.org.
Perfect. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back with the mayor of this beautiful city, Shannon Martin.
Love this weather.
I don't think I had my microphone on that entire time.
No.
So just to catch you up, I welcomed her to the show, and her being, of course, the mayor of Port St. Lucie, Shannon Martin. That was the important part. The rest of it was, chit chat. So as long as I have my mic on now. When I saw Gus run out of the room a little panicked, I thought, oh yeah, you can't hear me. All right. So here we go. Welcome. It's a nice chilly day, almost seasonal weather here in South Florida that we don't typically get a lot of. I saw the lighting of the lights everywhere at where was it? Mid Florida?
The community center.
Community center. Very nice.
That light show every year.
Very nice. And does it happen nightly or?
Yeah, it happens nightly. I think it's from 6 to 9 through Christmas.
Very nice. Yeah. And I saw them along Becker putting up all the decorations. And I feel like every year people debate that. But if you don't put it up, it just doesn't feel like the holidays.
It's funny. I saw the article that came out, and I actually spoke this week to Blake from TC Pond.
Yeah.
He's going to write a column about it on Sunday. And, we have a long history about the lights.
Yeah.
So it's funny. It's actually fun to talk about because the residents here really enjoy our festivities and our Christmas lights. And I remember back, with the downturn, there was a year where the city couldn't do them.
Yeah.
And so we started to slowly bring them back. And we started with a pilot program in St. Lucie West, in the shopping areas there. And then that snowballed into, well, you're doing it in St. Lucie West, why aren't you putting them in other places? And, when you're looking at, the cost, yes, you can say that it's, significant, but when you're comparing us, which is a city of 121 square miles, to, other smaller cities, it's really not an apples to apples comparison. So what we've seen over the years is people enjoy them, like I said, and they want them in all areas of the city. So we try to spread it out to make sure that everyone gets that great holiday feel.
Sure.
And so
that is a service
Yes.
that typically a governing entity provides.
Sure.
People don't pay for private pay for decorations of a city. Cities all across America budget for and provide that service. And I don't think that that's unusual. I think it's expected
Sure.
by residents. So I think that people should be happy and enjoy them.
Yeah, and what is new this year, as a lot of people may know, we started putting more and more at the Botanical Gardens.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
But if you go this year, we really decked it out because people said they want those destination places to go. And so we made sure that it's lighted, it's beautiful. And what I've seen over the last week is many people posting on social media
That's
pictures.
where I saw it.
Yeah, with their families or with their spouse. And it really makes a great holiday card or Christmas card. So people are enjoying it, and I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, I'm happy about it too. I think we need to do it. So good. Good. What else we got going on?
So I just want to remind everyone about on December 7th, we have our special election. It'll be very nice to have a full council going into the new year. Whoever the new council member is, they're going to be sworn in on December 13th
Wow.
at a special meeting. We want to get
That is
them-
fast.
Yes.
It's less than a week away
Absolutely.
from being elected.
Yeah. So with it being a special election, the supervisor should be able to certify the results quite quickly. And we want to get that person installed so they can go through their orientation and hit the ground running come January.
Luckily, both candidates are, trying to be abreast of everything that's going on so that they can hit the ground running. So special election is December 7th. If you live in the city of Port St. Lucie, and that means city proper, not just your address says Port St. Lucie, you will be voting between two candidates for District 3.
Mm-hmm.
And if you live in Fort Pierce, you'll be voting for between three candidates, to fill a vacant seat there, only if you live in the city proper. You will also be voting in the city proper in Port St. Lucie for the jobs referendum.
Absolutely. It's important to remind everyone about that. It's a reauthorization of the ability of the city council to be able to offer a tax abatement incentive to targeted industries that want to build in Port St. Lucie and provide high-paying jobs, which are higher than the median wage right now in the county. And so, again, it's a reauthorization because it has
been doing it.
expired. We've been doing it all along, and it is not the same as some of the other issues of the past. We're not building buildings, we're not backing private industry, and it is a tool that we use to be competitive in the market to attract these businesses and keep that promise of our jobs corridor alive.
It's something that we need. We have to have that in our economic development toolbox. We're not competitive without it. It is something we've been doing for a decade or more, and most places do it. So yes, I can say that I will be voting yes to renew that on December 7th. I already voted. I early vote, so that's fine. If you're living in the county, and you can always check at paslc.gov now. They're a government site. You can look on your tax card to see your jurisdiction. It actually says jurisdiction, and if you live in the city of Port St. Lucie, it'll say City of Port St. Lucie. If you live in the city of Fort Pierce, it'll say City of Fort Pierce. If you don't live in either city, but your address is going to be Port St. Lucie or Fort Pierce, it'll say St. Lucie County. St. Lucie County people have nothing to vote on December 7th. They're the only ones if you live in the unincorporated area. So make sure you get out and vote. The special election voting tallies are very dreadful. I mean, they're so small. They're so minimal. People are not voting in special elections, and it's important. I really wish they would.
It really is important, especially, here at our local level. It's funny, I even spoke to the Somerset Prep Academy students to tag on to what we did with Government Week a couple months ago, and to talk to them about local government and explain to them the importance of what your city does for you and the services that we provide for our residents, for their health, safety, and welfare. It's just so important to know that what we do here affects you every single solitary day.
Arguably, your local government has more effect on your daily life than, the federal government. And people don't really understand that. They get all bent out of shape at a federal election, but they have no idea how much local government is really affecting their daily life. It is your amenities. It is your resources. It is all of your things that you take advantage of every day are controlled here locally for the most part.
Yeah. And it's your ability to be in a grocery store, be in Target, be in a doctor's office, and see your local elected officials and be able to have conversations with them.
Yeah. And it's always surprising how many people don't know who they are. I'm always shocked by that. But yeah, must be nice to be able to live in, a little bit of oblivion from time to time. I'm not able. But
Me either.
I know. What else you got? They say people that live in oblivion are often happier, but I'm fairly happy, and I'm okay not to live in oblivion. What else you got going on before we tackle this very controversial? This is a Facebook. We'll get to it.
So just to kind of tag on with the issue with the referendum, we always have strategic plan highlights that we put out in our city managers biweekly. And so our goal has been one of our main goals has been to provide a diverse local economy, diverse job opportunities for our residents, and build on that jobs corridor, like I mentioned. And so we recently were shown a study that shows that our economy has grown by more than $1.8 billion as a result of the new businesses that are coming here and providing those jobs and putting their investment into Port St. Lucie.
That's amazing.
And so how great is that? And so when you look at the cyclical cycle of what that looks like, and you have lots of residents who are always saying, we want more retail, we want more shopping, we want more of these types of restaurants. This is the kind of thing that makes that happen, because you need to have the higher paying jobs. You need to have that capital investment into your community to build up those medium wages for those higher paying jobs, to build up our demographics so that we can meet those for what these site selectors and these companies are looking for.
So they don't come until you meet all of the criteria they're looking for in terms of median income, disposable income, sometimes education, all that kind of great stuff. Absolutely. And that comes with higher paying jobs. So retail is not economic development, it's the result of economic development. So you can't say, Mayor, why won't you go get me a Costco? It doesn't work like that. Costco comes when you meet their criteria.
Right, and it's important to know that once you have all that residential and the commercial and all that follows afterward.
It will.
And it's not immediate, but it comes, and
Yeah.
we're starting to see that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think we'll see more of that over
With
time.
Sprouts and all that kind of great
Yes.
stuff. Everyone wants the new thing. When I first moved here, it was Cheesecake Factory and Hooters for some reason. Now it's Costco and Trader Joe's.
Trader Joe's, yeah,
But we'll get there when we economically meet their standards.
absolutely.
Yeah. So vote to make that happen, and we need that jobs abatement referendum. Very good. Did you want to tackle this question yet? So I'm making reference to a very controversial Facebook topic right now here locally, and that's something going on in tradition.
Yes.
Are you ready to weigh in on this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I
So the question is, what is the mayor's position on the T sign that is proposed by Madam E. Homes out in Tradition?
So let me make it a little bit broader to start out. So there is a master sign program in Tradition that Madam E is bringing forward. And part of that master sign program is this illuminated T sign that they conceptually came up with to put on Tradition, the corner of Tradition and Village Parkway. And it was on the agenda a couple weeks ago, and when people started looking at the agenda and seeing what was coming forward, they were not happy about it. I immediately called over to the applicant, from Madam E, and said, you need to have a neighborhood meeting. There's a lot of talk out there, there's a lot of social media posts on both Facebook and Nextdoor. You need to go out and address it and have the conversation of where you came up with this idea and what people think. I personally am not in favor of the T sign. I do not believe it fits with the character of Tradition out there. I think it's really something that belongs in maybe a metropolitan city, but not necessarily Tradition. There was question about rebranding and that they want to rebrand. I'm not sure I understand why they would want to rebrand Tradition. Tradition, in my opinion, doesn't need a rebranding. It speaks for itself. It's been there a long time. Houses are selling left and right. Development's going up left and right. So that
Yeah,
doesn't
what's
make
the end
sense.
game for the rebranding? I mean, you're in need of nothing.
So what I would like to see is that if they do want to put a sign out there, that they need to readjust, come back in with something else that fits in with the community, listen to the residents, listen to the council, and go from there.
It was a lot of sign. It was a lot of lights.
Yes.
Yeah. But so people need to understand that this is just something that is possibly being proposed. This is not something that has been given the green light. It's in the very early stages, and we're asking them already to go back to the drawing board a little bit.
Yes, I'm asking them to go back and take another look and redesign something that fits with the Tradition community.
Yeah.
And it is not a done deal.
No.
So for anyone who thinks that what developers say is a done deal, it is not a done deal. Nothing is a done deal until this council says it's a done deal.
Yeah. So don't panic quite yet.
Right.
Keep an eye. What you should do in these instances, and I know they won't, but I would love for them to do that, is pay attention to the city's website and what is on the agenda for the meetings, not what your neighbors
Right.
next door are saying.
And
Yeah.
that is why I asked for the neighborhood meeting, because oftentimes things get on social media and they get twisted, or there's not a lot of factual information. So it's always important to put the facts out, always important to check the website, to check our agendas, to see what's going on.
Yeah.
And yes, we want you part of the process, absolutely. That's what we're here for. But
And some people have to be notified as a part of the process. So look, it's a long way off, people. Do not lose sleep over it right now. Okay. Good. I think we tackled that one. So this next one is not, it is a question about medical care and its availability, but this is not an issue conducive to just our area. I mean, this is a national crisis. So we are definitely moving leaps and bounds forward with this, with our new partners in Cleveland Clinic and HCA. You know, there's a little bit of competition there, so HCA has stepped up their game so much. And so I feel like we're trying to head that off the pass, but that is with the baby boomers and the generations that are coming of age in need of more care, it's going to be a problem for a while.
It is, and of course, there is a national shortage with doctors and nurses. And so that's not just something, like you said, that's affecting our area. It's all over. We see it. And so as far as medical facilities, Cleveland Clinic knows that it needs more. They are in contract with the city for 40 acres of property out near the current hospital tower to build another tower. We will see more medical spin-offs. There is land out there that's geared toward medical facilities. So we will see more of it. It's just getting past this shortage issue and addressing all the issues that are happening out there.
And Lawnwood in the county, it's not here in Port St. Lucie, they are expanding as well to try to meet the needs. So that is happening. Also, we need to mention that we have training, technical training in almost all of our high schools, if I'm not mistaken. I think all of them now have a medical training component, whether it be CNNs or nursing or, you know, so we're trying to get them on that path young and early so that they can help fill the gaps in the care that we need.
Yeah, and next week, I think it is, IRSC, doubling the size of their nursing program.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
amazing is that going to be for our area?
I don't think I'm giving anything away, but they're going to move a lot of it to Port St. Lucie.
Yes.
They're training and double it. So that's super exciting. And why? Because, you know, Dr. Moore realized there is a huge need. So we're certainly proactive.
Yes.
You know, we're not just sitting around waiting for them to come. We're trying to train our own so that we can have better access to care. But it is a national problem for sure. All right, very good. So we've tackled 2 good questions so far. Anything else we want to tell them today?
We have a lot of holiday events. We have that Winter Wonderland Light Show that's going on through, actually, it's not even through Christmas, it's through New Year's. Holiday lights at the gardens, like I mentioned. Everyone can go out there from 5 to 9 o'clock. And our Festival of Lights, our parade, and our tree lighting ceremony is this Saturday at Mid-Florida Event Center.
Okay.
Parade's at 6 o'clock. Tree lighting will be relatively right thereafter after the parade's done. But the festival's from 2 to 10, and there'll be carnival rides and lots of things for people to enjoy. The 17th from 9:30 to 11 at the community center is Pancakes with Santa.
Love that.
So, ages 2 to 5, $9.50 per child. There's a PSL and lights party on the 17th from 6 to 9 at Mid-Florida Event Center. So we're really beefing up our holiday season to get as many people out there. And then at the Botanical Gardens, I think it's at the Botanical Gardens. I might not be right about this, but it's either at Botanical or Mid-Florida, but I'll definitely find out because it's not on my sheet here.
And we'll put up the website.
Yeah, is Noche Buena party, Botanical Gardens? Okay, 12/18 on the 18th from 7 to 10.
Nice.
And that's $5 a person or $10 at the gate. So another nice event to have for the
There's
holidays.
a lot of great stuff going on for the holidays. I'm really excited about it. Yeah. And the city seems to be doing so well. I was just talking before that this, you know, so much great stuff's going on. We've been able to keep our shows on time. There hasn't been as much controversial issues coming up. Yeah. I think people understand what we're trying to do here and the resources we need to do that. So I'm very hopeful that, but we seem to be, you know, landing well with the audience. Not too much drama.
Right.
Which is always good, right?
And then for next year, we'll be kicking off our strategic planning process again. We'll have our national survey out there to the public in January.
How long has it been? Has it been 10? Are you doing that every 5 or 10 years?
Well, we do our strategic planning every year.
Yeah.
But we start out in order to get there to find out what the residents want for our session on the city council. We start in January with the national survey that goes out and the online survey. to everyone. And then we'll do our February retreat, which starts our early on budgeting process. Then we'll go into strategic planning and getting all the results of the survey and have a citizen summit again. So there's a lot of things coming up. Also, we've talked about in the past, we need to do a charter review. And because there's some issues that don't necessarily coincide anymore with state statute. So that will be kicking off in January as well. We're going to look at the areas, pull the areas out of the charter that need to be addressed, and then have a review committee. And then, because we have the general election is next year,
Yes,
we
it
want to make sure that whatever changes need to be made that have to be addressed by the voters get on the ballot.
Yeah. Because there will probably have to be some issues in the charter that have to be voted on by the general public. And we'll also be voting for District 3 again. So whoever wins this race and is, on the 7th and then sworn in on the 13th will then just hit the ground running with campaigning, because in November they will be up again.
Yeah, it'll be 3 seats up next year.
Yes. So, wow. It'll be the mayor.
Mayor seat, District 3, and District 1.
District 1 is Stephanie, Councilwoman Morgan. Okay, very good. Good to know. So we just did our forum for the city of Fort Pierce. That is up on our website, and we're doing a vote right now. We do endorse candidates at the chamber. However, we have 2 groups that have to vote, and they have to both agree, and they were not able to agree in the city of Port St. Lucie between the 2 candidates that ended up in the runoff. So that was predictable based on what our chamber vote came in as too. So we didn't endorse in that one. But we're sure that whoever ends up in that seat is going to do a great job.
I'm sure they will. We look forward to, like I said, having a full council and working with the new person.
Yeah, that'll be nice. All right. We were talking about, we're trying to narrow in on a date that you and I can both do this show. I was thinking maybe we do it in the afternoon. I don't know. We'll have to talk about that. But we'll be able to announce that in January when the new date and time. Because we want people to come in and spend time with us. We bring in coffee and Danish, and you're welcome to ask questions. Although I forgot to ask if anybody in the audience wanted to ask a question today. Does anybody in the audience want to ask a question? And it sounds like there's a resounding no. Nobody jumped at the chance. So very good. Anything else you want to tell them before we head out for the day, for the weekend?
I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and enjoy this time with your families and your friends.
Yes.
Looking forward to starting the new year off with lots of great things here in Port St. Lucie.
On that note, have a great day, everybody. We'll see you next time.